We still got a few bonus episodes that we're going to drop throughout the week here. We start with Sam Montembeault signing a 2-year contract to stay with the Montreal Canadiens. But what does that mean for their goaltending situation? Carey Price, his health is in question. Jake Allen is still in the fold. Is Caden Primo ready to get more NHL minutes? Stu, what does this mean?
It's a safety blanket, really. It's no, we don't know what's going to happen with Carey Price yet. Jake Allen's also coming off an injury from last season. If Price isn't ready, then Jake Allen's your starting goalie and Montembeault's your backup. If Price is ready, then Price is number one. Allen's your backup, and Montembeault can go down to the AHL. Caden Primo's not ready for the NHL yet. That's become obvious. He needs some more time. He needs a couple of full seasons, at least in the AHL. And I'm happy that the Canadiens did this. It's a one-way contract for Montembeault. They're paying him back for really being a warrior last year for this team. He played through a wrist injury that needed surgery after the season was over. He battled out there. He played, he was a target a lot of nights. He didn't get a lot of help, especially before Marty St. Louis took over. And the Canadiens are paying him back with a one-way deal, $1 million for each of the next 2 years. And he's a guy they can send him to Laval. They can bring him up. They can put him in a lot of different positions. He's not going to complain. He's going to be happy to be with the Canadiens. Quebec native. So it's to me, it makes a lot of sense. It's a security thing that they have another goalie with some experience in the NHL and experience with the Canadiens moving forward.
Yeah, it's like you said, Stu, it's depth in that position. You got a guy that is able, and even though he did turn it around from his initial start with the Canadiens, we were going to go, oh my God, here we go again, letting in goals left and right. But hats off to him. He stuck with it. He was able to find a way to get a better game out there. And I'm happy for him, from the standpoint, in the event of injuries, he's going to be able to come up and or be part of the organization to do the job. So a good move to keep him, and knowing very well that he's shown that he's capable of playing some NHL hockey, and that will give them some stability when it comes down to, okay, what do we do now? We got injuries. Who can we call out to play? And he's shown that he can do the job.
Yeah, as you both said, this is insurance both ways for Caden Primo, for Carey Price, for Jake Allen. It ensures AHL and NHL quality goaltending, and it is good to see Montembeault rewarded. I am a little bit surprised that he saw what happened to him last year in Montreal, and he's like, yeah, more of that. Man, that guy's got to be mentally tough. I got to tell you, like there were times in games last year where he took off his mask and it looked like he had the whole 100-yard stare, was going through something real bad, and I felt just awful for the guy. Just a kid who did not ask to be put in that situation. But the fact that he wants to be back with the Montreal Canadiens and that he gets a multi-year contract, a couple $1 million in his pocket, fantastic for him, and I think it's a good move for the Canadiens.
I don't think he does this in just Kansas City or Arizona or some other market that isn't his own. I think the fact that he's a good de chez nous, as you would say, I think that plays a role into why he would stay.
Oh, without a doubt. And plus, goalies are weird for starters.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll tell you that. But also, don't forget a game he got ran over. I think it was against Edmonton, and none of his teammates came to his defense either. That was part of last season's disaster also. But God chez nous, that's it. I mean, if he goes down to Laval and ends up being a backup for Primo, he won't complain. He's going to use that. That's the one-way contract. That's why it's a big part of it. He'll go down there. He'll be a good guy for Primo to bounce stuff off of, and he'll compete with Primo. He'll put some pressure on Primo to prove that he deserves to be the number one guy in Laval, because Primo's reaching that point in his career now. He's got to prove that maybe he is the goalie of the future for the Canadiens. He hasn't done anything up to this point, really. He had the good playoff run last year, but he needs to prove moving forward that he is the guy. And Montembeault will put a little pressure on him, I think, down in Laval if they both end up there.
All right. With that, subscribe to the Hockey Inside Out show on YouTube. Subscribe to the Hockey Inside Out newsletter, MontrealGazette.com/newsletters, and visit hockeyinsideout.com for full episodes.